360. Jumedi Stronko Kra, NDC Amanyuko, Yashasha, Yadibo Deuro, Efa Ensheshepa, and the Pa, Yura, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the NDC Amanyuko, a woman wa Wuheme, and your my Ghana, relative to the upcoming 2024 elections. A hassle, and on some we could Chiba Bremai, Efa Amamu Bonia, a day a Huchrenia Benidia Betoyan Sono. Ye jabotre yi nsem no makoma akoboko echichirim ehaye ni atem yi nsem no church ase in a very simple way se ne be ya abofra kra ebete ase within the Masemtvgh NDC achamene, and I will be bringing you this segment of NDC 360 and it is a wo hwemia spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend that Masemtvgh is live. NDC 360 is live. Eha na no krensem ni nyina ewo eha and you serve with the truth and nothing but the truth about our country Ghana. And the kwanya yibi to me abuama ensisa mapaba ama Ghana afan entumapa efra. We are having a simulcast as always. We live on Odunia TV, we live on TV XYZ, we live on Loud Silence TV, Angel TV, MBN TV, Akina Radio, and several television stations. Adaroma or Mofajumedi live. We are grateful to all of them. We are also live on NDC 360 on Facebook, NDC 360 official on X, Dodoana Fred, Twitter, or YouTube. So you can watch this program on any of these social media handles or on the TV stations. Mabuboso. So spread the word. And if you're watching me on social media, I'm sure you will, mame. Like the link, share, continue sharing, don't stop sharing. And comment, because then we will make time as always to read your messages. What are we talking about today on NDC 360? Very important issue about our collective survival. About it's all about the NPP-led ever-worsening GALAMSEY menace. Essay insure, essay insase, essay o my Ghana. Now, threatening your collective survival as a people. And today, yadobe ko etwe, yadobe babi si baby and Ghana edru. What did the NPP say on the issue of GALAMSEY? Boshebe no moshe, but what is the reality we see today? These facts and figures, and this is a matter which is not an NDC NPP matter, no. It's a matter about our collective survival as a people. It's a matter about human life, human health. It's a matter about our endangered existence as a nation. And unti and spread the word that but we are still discussing the 2024 manifesto of the NDC and the TFIA Seme resetting Ghana for dedicating jobs, accountability and prosperity. Inyuma pepereyo ni atentrene ene yeyo impuntu for yenyina. And today we will also take time. Last week we spoke about the tax cuts in the manifestos, the social interventions, and the job creation initiatives. Today we're going to talk about education. And remember, we will add health, which is very important. But education, which is fundamental, critical to the future of this country. And John Mahama, NDC, from 2025 going to transform and reset the education sector. And we'll bring you a few snipers from John Mahama's ongoing tour in the Bunu East region. So the show is packed and it promises to be very interesting. So keep your station here, your TV here, or here your social media. Keep it here, don't change it. But let me repeat, like the link, share and comment. Like, share and comment, because we'll make time to read that. And so for this is what today's show is all about, and we will be zooming straight into action after this quick break. Share this 24-hour economy video clip, Imami. This is a clip about Ubi Anti Muja, Ubi Eniaje. Share John Muhammad and Sempanaba. Yebapa. We are starting with a moment of truth segment, and we are looking at the ever-worsening NPP-led GALAMSEY menace. Member CCI. Abusiafo na wakwa babiemba NDC 360 so ofan yedru sui is the moment of truth segment. Moment of truth today, you know, we serve you with the truth and nothing but the truth. And then commoda yeba bi dino to say the medical tribunal is about a national issue, a looming crisis that threatens our very existence as a people. A national emergency. Wa wo hwemi was said what was so family. Because it is not about party callous. You didn't come on call your name who didn't make kasasa. So whether you are NPP, NDC, CPP, PNC, forget about that for now. Because ye nipa kane, and we must survive before we can even do party politics. Let your conscience judge for you. Whether say the ye kano eyanokre ana enyanokre. Obusiafo na yati ye baby enka bi nhye 2017. Samre no na afi no mampenya Kufuado eni NPP amanyuku ababetena konya so. Mampenya Kufuado gina simpie so. Eno kan bibi kire oman ni nyina se. Ono wasi nkete se efomwa gudie a yetu du kwambone so mane sei ensuo nsase ne yakwaye illegal mining. Oba no wabetu ase. Na waye krado mpu se so obehwere ni dibre anane mampenya konya na onfa ho nti protocol mo kan se he is putting his presidency on the line to fight illegal mining. Asem we ye Ghana fo bebre de Ghana fo a they were sincerely looking for a leader obetu sa san illegal mining. And I one day. So they believe their leader, they believe their president. This is the moment of truth. We want the facts to speak for themselves. I took
the decision that would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps this is the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, that I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along? I think that you do what you think is right. That is what you're required to do.
This is our president, Nana Adodankwa William Akufo-Addo. This was sometime in 2017. Kasa na ede, kasa na etakuma sopa, kasa na esichirumbum. We are Ghana ni na utia no wani age. So wo mampenyi wesa brofosa. Na wo kasa ono de obeye de sene fata. Onfa wo kra se obi bubefu no anu bi beto abetia no. He's putting his presidency on the line. Na mpenyifo a ete wo nyina ebi ya hemfo. Mo mu nsemo mampenyi pra. Enunti ene ye pese ye hwese. Sa sem no mampenyi Akufo-Addo kan na kosisen. Wadi ni boshe so ana woni ni boshe so. Presidency no on the line pa. Was there even a line? Did he really mean those words? And are we witnessing the impact or the results of nsɛm wɔkae nana is important. It is important because see a toa bama will be so on somia a yen na you 2 million ya shensa. And some wa obejina simpis wa kachre no a pam between yeneno. And therefore we must hold him to it. And this is a very, very important issue. And we all deserve to know why na wanye. Because why a yen digisemebe boy. Then so why dia and yes, so on and they say. Now you see, I don't want to be the judge. Because if you are now with Rebecca, so MasemTV or NDC ni on per Kufuado asem, it is a Kufuado ye cry Rebecca say wanye. So let's look at then and now. What do I mean by that? President Kufuado can same way 2017. Okay? Now John Mahama Frokomyaso 2016. Galamsey kono na it saying in 2016. So very, very easy. Just check. In Ghana in 2016. Now I need to say what was the state of the water bodies and what is the state now. That is the terminal report of Akufo-Addo. That is the way you measure and judge objectively. It doesn't lie in the mouth of Sammy for anybody to say so Mampenye Akufo-Addo were failing, were di Yiramo. The Okayan when so no, and there is this sister, this amazing broadcaster called Araba Kumsen. No, why Juma will multimedia check. Now, sometime under the first term of the NPP, or your editorial on Galamsey, and in that editorial, join news for Kofa. A video of River and Cobra, a Western region, in 2016 under John Mahama. And normally compare the same water body, normally compare 2018. So at least if you watch that documentary or that editorial, you will have an idea as to the state of our environment under John Mahama.
Residents in many towns in the Western region are having to endure the impact of severe water rationing. Of course, on the surface, it is regarded as a common phenomenon because once in a while the taps run dry and we are forced to consume a smaller quantity of what we usually would. But this is not business as usual. The people in the Western region have been forced into this situation by the actions of illegal miners in the River Pra, Galamsey, which in turn has resulted in the Ghana Water Company's inability to adequately treat water for consumption.
Yeah, so producer, just keep that image on the screen, the last image, just pause it on the screen. And on your left is River and Cobra, 20th February 2016. This is not from NDC. This is Joy News. So you can see this was an editorial by Joy News. So John Mahama Breso 20th February. This is River and Cobra. Okay? And what you see on the right, the same River and Cobra in 2018. But I'm going to show you 2024. River and Cobra, River Pra, and so many rivers. When an Akufo-Addo say you can take it off the screen now. The Adasui amuhu ye na River and Cobra ni ate kama. O hwe nsuo no kra be hu anim no. And Akufo-Addo say John Mahama anye hwe. Ono na eba be put the presidency on the line to fight illegal mining. So let's now check the status of these water bodies today, 2024. Producer, let's see the videos.
Yeah, nsusu fonso no mo sunie. No mo wo mu no. Ade no mo de wo mu no ba no no. De wura nsu na se. Akotwe anwa na wo nsu na se ni nyina. Nto mo board yellow no. Abun se ade ne nam so. Sa owi mu nsu no we bonsa mu no. Nsu no we pokra no mo we mu begu so a o mes dane no mes se ni nyina. Bonsa no no. Bonsa ntare no mo di wura mu no ba no no ho su sisa no inji mi ni we nsu so ba ko bonsu na ba ko so twi load no so we ye fo mo bugu domfo boat mo bugu nsu so Munsu no so nko ano mo ye adwuma to mo wom no we no sana insu so fon so de no atie en insu bia we de kro mese no eno de insu bia we bonsa ne da no makonde mo no kra we mo no galamsey gunde gwara
Current state of the Pra River, and what you can see there are chamfines. So there they are, lined up along the river as usual, and based on the testimony of a man who lives in this community, he says they are all involved in GALAMSEY, which is why they are lined up along the Pra. So this is the current state of the Pra. And I just crossed the road just to get a closer view of the Pra on this side as well. I mean,
this is sad. Areho. Asifin. That your man penny NPP-4 abanye tisui ebeka nsemdache no more decide we are Ghana. This is more than 7 years after the president says he's putting his presidency on the line to fight GALAMSEY. Mauhu 2016 Rivancobra. Some of these videos, we didn't produce it. Bakoye TV3 for Belamundi, you heard a voice. Ebi Erastus Asaredonko. The Emuhunu was that is Erastus Asaredonko of multimedia, award-winning journalist. Why at the forefront of the fight against illegal mining. Enti Rivancobra. These are all from 2024. Tano River, River Bia, NCC one in Super. This is the water that provides us with potable water. These are the river bodies. This is the current state. This is the scorecard of Akufo-Addo, Mbawumia, and the NPP 7.5 years after lying to us that they are putting their presidency on the line. A lawyer for Cabrofobia say, res ipsa loquitur. The matter speaks for itself. That is the meaning of it. Now, Abusianfo, say Abia, who said you're making you are making a big mistake. Because Abia na you are making one semi, ebi na ukru. But in sure we know, and only a process, they magana for you no. And asoya omuna yo omajuma se omumaye in supanom wo Ghana Water Company Limited. Omaba bontia be kansembi. Na me pese I'm going to the screen and I'm going to show you 2 things Ghana Water Company has said. Na mamo who BBC for so reportage be omaye. So producer, let's start with the Ghana Water Company statement on the state of our water bodies. And the threat opposed to Ghana as far as in super was Ghana air concern. So there is a press release from Ghana Water Limited. You see their letterhead there, dated 30th August 2024. And very fresh. And it's been widely published and discussed in the media. And we heard a story almost said water supply challenges emanating from illegal mining activities. So the management of Ghana Water Company Limited wishes to inform all its cherished customers of water supply challenges within Cape Coast, Elimina, and surrounding communities in recent times. The recent demand supply gap is as a result of inadequate raw water received at the Setrahemai water treatment plant as a result of GALAMSEY. Pollution of the Pra River along its course, and most especially at the catchments for abstraction, has reduced water embankment to the barest minimum. About 60% of the catchment capacity is silted as a result of illegal GALAMSEY compromising, illegal mining, GALAMSEY compromising the quality of raw water. We are currently recording an average turbidity of 14,000 NTU instead of 2,000. The turbidity level, just as you know, if here was a womb, a genino, I was say 2,000 NTU, but she said, and I'm 14,000, seven times more. You see, and this is what the Ghana Water Company is saying. The situation has caused severe inconveniences to our customers and consumers, and we sincerely apologize. This is what they are saying, and this is just for those in the central region. Even before this, normally a similar statement about Western region, so they are now faced with a serious water problem. Greater Accra, the same thing. The Accra, Central, Western, and Quebec has Accra, GALAMSEY, but we are all feeling it. And very soon, all the 16 regions will feel it. I'm not saying it. Ghana Water Company Limited. So it is not NDC saying it. Let's look at the MasemTV online story, the latest from Ghana Water Company Limited. And then after that, I will show you what even BBC is saying. Because even international media organizations are worried for Ghana. Say they are producer, so give us that MasemTV online story, very speedily, for you to see. Oh, you can be say water is life. And you see your kwa. It is what your memu. Now you see a odoman kuma media chain. Adea ama might be pebi omunya. Many countries are living in deserts. You see ba ko say kromuni bi. Na ye nyame ache nsuo. A ye betumi dia yekua. Ye betumi anom bi, ye betumi dia no aduane, ye betumi dia di edwuma. Na ye say ni say aban a wote akonwa so ahwa say ni say no. Odie kan bisa won say eye. Will it help you? Will it help Ghana? Will it help your children? Follow me. This is MasemTV Online. This story was published on the 2nd of September 2024, a few days ago. And Latifia Semia, GALAMSEY, Ghana on the brink of severe water crisis. Ghana Water Company Limited warns. So today should be 4th September. So 2 days ago, fresh. Jodea and Ghana water for Ghana on the brink of severe water crisis. Such as aka kiti na Ghana yako or how kesiemua yenya nsuo no more Ghana. That is what I all can potokasem. And if you read the story, sorry for that. Producer, please, let's go back to the story. Let's go back to the MasemTV Online story. Let's go back to the MasemTV Online story. It's very important. Okay, you keep this on. Let's do BBC. This BBC story says Ghana risks importing water by 2030. And if you read the story, I wanted to read the story, but this producer just gave me screenshots. No problem. If you read the story, BBC for Chirimu say, baby, Ghana Druno in the next 6 years. Ghana, yenyansuo no more Ghana biem. Yenyansuo no aduane, yenyansuo nyehwe. I just say yenyansuo fra broche, baby Ghana Druno. So Ghana Water Company aka and BBC aka. This is the state of our water bodies. Now, abusianfo say ensuo ne nko a enkenya ya. If it was just a matter of our water bodies and I have said no enkenya ya. Now there are medical reports supported by the Ghana Medical Association. And I'm yensuo ya NPP-4 abemu mpenifo oebiana ose ade na sami jenfikasa. As we move along, you will know those doing the GALAMSEY. And yet the ordinary miner in Obuase or Takwa, no. GALAMSEY we eye abemu mpenifo akufuado bawumia omu ministers omu party mpenifo na eye. This is not the ordinary GALAMSEY in Sanu Edwuma, no. GALAMSEY has been with us for many years. We've never seen this level of pollution of our water bodies and the destruction of our lands and forest reserves. So you should know that and yes, I hear for Nantie and Keti Galamsey no na akoso problem way. And I'll prove to you. So you just be patient. But you see, the Amanaye Hunti Aye program when is there. Doctors in Ghana, the Ghana Medical Association, is now telling us say, and I'm saying you are nominal. Galamsey mercury womb, lead womb, cyanide, that pollute nsuo ni nyina no. Ye nominal ekuye e maye yare. Na de ya areho ne se enkran ketenkete omo maame yemu aye nyanwo omo. Apemfo omo wo these areas omo nom say nsuo we no. Omo nyem ntim kreda omo yemu no. Omo didem wo omo maame mu yem. Can you imagine that? Nkran ne didem. Ene ye wo nkra wo Ghana ye be wo bi ne bi ni nan. Ye be wo bi no oni nsa, ye be wo bi no oni asom. Serious deformities, heart-wrenching deformities. Why? Because Galamsey lead womb, mercury womb. I'm not saying it. Ghana Medical Association is saying it. So, producer, just put it on the screen for those watching to see. This is CT4 story on where. This was 2020, and I said Galamsey polluted Pra River, double skin diseases and diarrhea cases in Shama. Where they cry skin diseases, and I've seen this firsthand when I traveled to the central region to do a press conference at River Pra. But let's see the Ghana Medical Association story about children with deformities. Let's see the Ghana Medical Association story. And this is not NDC, but in my Ghana Medical Association, we're talking about doctors. Ghana. GMA backs Sewu midwife over babies without eyes and nose. And producer, get us the story in full. I want to scroll and read the story. It's so important. The headline alone will not tell the full story. We need the story so that people will see, say, it's not because of anything. Doctors say it's because of Galamsey Ascension. And I want the full story. So we will go on, but when you get a full story, put it there so that we can read it. So Abusianfo, that is what we are talking about here. This is why I may start you with me catch on say assembly in Komowe is not an NDC NPP petty partisan political matter. It is about human lives. Now we nipa, now we were conscience. We nipa, na muja wumu. We nipa, now we do nipa odo wo my Ghana. Your heart will bleed. You will be alarmed. You will be scandalized by the deception. Nada akoso. And soon when I'm frau and crank and get a crowd maybe I said that and a pay the consequence. Now I was for and any pound once on every monk. Now your cones are so Ghana dear. A bakukoa is so critical to our economy. The cocoa sector employs over 2 million people. And under President Mahama was giving us averagely $2 billion afibia. Huge sector. And the cocoa humana go. Cocoa, Mahama Brezo 2016, yet say almost 1 million metric tons, 969,000 metric tons. And then Ekufuor Duntimi 430,000 metric tons. Why? Apart from the mismanagement of the cocoa sector, one thing a good cocoa juma pa a Galamsey. And then you check cocoa mfugu near the assassin a Galamsey. And omo to cocoa mfuo no nye emrantie no omo ye omo pocho Galamsey no omo munisika ye twa cocoa no. Those who are doing it pa a NPP mpanyifo, and I'll prove it to you. So if you look at the story on the screen, producer, don't let the story be stable. Give me picture the cocoa story. Galamsey threatens cocoa production. 19,000 hectares affected. We are just one story. Galamsey threatens cocoa production. 19,000 hectares. And then 19,000 plots. So 19,000 acres. Hectares affected. We are just one area. And then Wihwemu was also Eastern region, Central region, Ashanti region. Galamsey has said more than 50% of cocoa say wo nyina. Enti cocoa no ye nyabi. And apart from that so no essence so affect cocoa na nkasa. Enti maybe bedru Ghana cocoa. The whole world Ghana na wo cocoa papa. We have premium cocoa. The best cocoa in the world, no? We are losing that place because Galamsey enti maybe bedu ye di cocoa be kwa Masemtvgh On for tobium. Omega se mukoko no mercury wom mukoko no lead wom because modern science ni nyina ye Galamsey e ho ne yeko. That is how serious this matter is. Now, even apart from the cocoa, yakwaye enua no so akwaye no so ma se ni nyina. And I want to show you a short video. Erastus Asaredonko all church Ghana kwaye nko a NPP aban mu mpanyimfo NPP party mpanyimfo and the Galamsey asay no. And this is the verdict of an investigative journalist, not Masemtvgh. Watch it and bear in mind say nipa yenkwa interdependent with Inria. This is trite, it's basic science because we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Then we are not for carbon dioxide, no mama back oxygen. And he said, what say acquire nina? Nipe organ and that is why Potokas and say, when the last tree dies, the last man dies. And so we train we are nina zugua in Sion Timinto. It's a Ghana. What is to be Bianto? Oko a slim baby, you queen in Ghana for Nenina. It said the serious drought or pebraba. Ama abina nkasa say e kom kese na mkwanso ba. Into wako parliament, the parliament should give them 500 million. No mo fon ko kra aburo ni mo mra Ghana. Enye say kom we ba Ghana no, 83 de no cry. This is government itself. The enti na yusu nto no. Because on the MPP paying for the Galamsey say akwaye ni nyina. That is the reason. So watch this tape and you will see the evidence.
An MPP executive in their Win municipality has invaded a part of the Tamania Forest Reserve with Chinese miners. When we reported it, and that was it. Now, about four groups sponsored by some known political actors. I wouldn't mention any name because, Randy, these people are so smart that they have people who front for them in the forest. You will never find them or link them to any of the distraction. But when you get to the ground, they will tell you, this side belongs to Mr. So and so within this party, so and so within that party. And all of them are part of the ruling party. And they have destroyed large portions, over 10 football fields of the Tanamia Forest Reserve. And that report will be coming out today. And you see the level of devastation of such a beautiful reserve. And my challenge is, even if you say you want to do mining in a reserve, now you have amended our environmental guidelines with the promulgation of the LI 2462. It gives the president almost every right to open up even protected forests for mining. So let's take it that it's by law now, it's legal, so you can give it out. Why don't we do proper mining? So you state the method you're going to use, whether a deep pit or whatever it is, and then you stick to the location that has been given to you. But now, people are going behind this regulation, even behind this regulation, and they are mining illegally. And when you mine illegally, this is what happens. They mine almost everywhere. And so when you look at the footage, close to the Tano River, close to almost everywhere, like they don't care. They just go in there and start felling trees and start digging. And then the whole place is a mess. Before you realize, the forest is gone. Now, Pamprama Forest Reserve, 50% of it, according to the Forestry Commission, is gone. And we have, drone footages which confirms that. Miles of pits and gullies of what used to be a very beautiful quality forest with trees, flora and fauna.
So that is the Rasus Asaredonko. See, Apaprama Forest Reserve, 50% eco. Anua Forest Reserve, Nature Reserve, Omawurem, Kobro Forest Reserve, Omedia Manasa, everywhere. And me say, me demonstrate ya chel say, any ordinary Ghana mabununa, omo mu pe bibie di no, omo na eye sa de we yo. Omo need to micro meet media Forest Reserve. For somebody to be able to enter a forest reserve, no, you need to me or you're powerful. And I will show you those doing that. Ministers, NPP in penny for, they are the ones responsible for these heinous crimes. But you say, it's a we are putting our presidency on the line to fight Galamsey, no? She said, Naya Nada, say, Galamsey, no, akoswa ma. If you are nipatitimu, and daya nipatitimu, no, will be bedroom, you to Galamsey, will be kitchen, you to Galamsey. Can you believe it? You to Galamsey, into called Domasia in the Ashanti region. Apeboso or Domase. You to Galamsey, if you are you to Galamsey, will fear ni muama, Chronicles, or a hanging town waiting to collapse. A national disaster waiting to happen. Nancy, ye arewosem. Oba penya, what da sorry. Onya Galamsey yibi. Oko mufancheme sebi ejanai akujanenai. Owe ejanai o. Ene ejanai ni bu ni gumu mane koto Galamsey amnemu wu here because if you want ejanai no wono ya tu Galamsey afa ase nyina nti dan ne sensen ho nti ajana na bu na gum ama wawu ya ama Ghana se dia baby Ghana edru no who would have thought say under Kufuado Embawomia baby Galamsey bedru ni innocent woman mami o woma dia matia ya me yakra ne say yese mami no onyem oba penfo onye Galamsey da okujane nine keke jana bia na bu na gu Galamsey amenemu. This is big news in Ghana. Watch the video.
Amateur video shows final moments when an excavator dug out the remains of Gifty Manka, 26, who close friends say was pregnant. Her death tells a tragic tale of the dangerous impact of mining in residential facilities at Odumase in the Asante Central Municipality. So imagine waking up in the morning and deciding to visit the nature's call. What is supposed to be a natural activity turns out to be your death. This is what happened here today at Odumase in the Asante Central Municipality. The lady in question, a young woman who lives in this house, was attending to nature's call. The entire structure in which she was doing her business collapsed in a heap, went down into what is supposed to be a mining pit. Now, if you look around this area, there are lots of these pits within these houses at Odumase actively mining. And this is what caused the death of a lady here. Where I'm standing right now, just close to me, inside here, you could see another pit inside this house, and it goes deep down. And that is what the indigents here, this is how they do their illegal mining. The entire residential toilet sank into the deep pit beneath the building, as recounted by a resident.
Yeah, it's as a result of the Galamsey. It's not about the toilet. And we have to speak the truth. And we need to stop it. And we have to come together as a nation to stop this Galamsey madness. But we cannot allow this Galamsey to go on in our houses. You know this lady who died this morning, she's not beneficiary of the mining, but she has died this morning because of somebody being a beneficiary of that mining.
The sprawling Odumase-Apeboso community is dotted with underground pits dug in homes, linking each other in what could be described as a hanging town. The practice of mining inside houses, which dates years back, is getting worse. The impact of continuous digging beneath houses could be seen in the huge cracks and the sinking earth around buildings in the town. To the ordinary eye, this is a normal residential compound house. But inside it, we found deep pits laced with wooden steps that go several meters down. We were shown a number of such houses at Odumase. Residents are angry.
Information. I dare around because
police sources say they've heard of the pits and mining in residential facilities, but cannot barge into private homes without a warrant.
This you see here, this gate does not lead to any storeroom in any building. This, if you peep through, leads to an illegal mining site under this building. There is a pit in here barricaded with wood which goes deep down, and that's the kind of illegal mining people here do at Odumase in the Asante Central District. Many of these houses here have pits similar to this one in there. So when people go into their houses, they are not going to sleep. They are going in there to mine illegally. And all these houses are at risk of collapse. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Odumase, Asante Central Municipality.
Yeah, so this video is from Joy News. This video is from Joy News. That we give credit to them. Erastus Asaredonko. Dana Sefo Ejuma Pawaye. Asemo a wote kura na abo pusa arehosem. And I believe say wa wo hwe me utie ufamu aba. One kasa no you can decipher the truth for yourself and decide whether say NPP aban your maboya na say omomboaye. Omaboya na so medi your mind ewu. And whether they deserve another opportunity to continue to destroy Ghana. One kasa will remain, you know the truth. You see, Ansani de GALAMSEY nkomo we bedru no. Be na wie no. Me pese quickly make sure why we have gotten here. And Trono, it was not just about Akufo-Addo saying I'm putting my presidency on the line. And Trono di any kwan on one kasa twa U-turn to engage in illegal mining. And I want to start with the ban on small-scale mining. As of the president saying he's putting his presidency on the line, I've shown you the video already. Baobek Kaiser 2017 February, nothing anaya to Obama NPP. Omoba power no say small-scale mining. The Emrata Echru, the Emranta Echru. Say what concession with your lease, and I wouldn't be you. You suspended at the Tabuato so. Ubi anko tenefi. And omo eti preaching vanguard. Echiromo ye galam stop. Ye de Ghana sika ma omo millions of cedis. Monfanko kuntia GALAMSEY. And they stopped and banned even legal mining in Poa. Ghana and they stopped it. And they stopped it for 6 months originally. And even extended it indefinitely. 2018 omu ban the free. But it was all 419. It was all a scam. Because even while the ban was in force, NPP 4 there. Almost a man the no concession. Emraman who coins to me mining legally, small scale mining. Mani ni deal. So look at the story on the screen. Was the government to extend ban on small scale mining? Government to extend ban on small scale mining. I mean, 2nd October 2017. What kind of story? No, so the government has said it will extend a 6 months ban on small scale mining activities because the objectives for the ban have all not been achieved. It is 6 months in the crown, so they extended the ban. It was not just the ban. In the process, because almost a ban small scale mining, no? Ghana almost tried to do mining around that time, because they had their license and they were not doing galamsey, legitimate business. About say abane into koye legitimate business kwa be share with excavators. They banned the excavators. Yes, she excavators. No be so guniti no su. People died because of that. I want to show you how wicked, how cruel these people are. The omoye nyina deceiving people say be koetia galamsey. Look at some of the videos of how they banned excavators. Look at it.
Ababone ni papa suban Oluwa bi na Kufuado ya Kufuado pese okuye nyina o obi excavator 6 machines na 15 so for the jaba tuma shiri nyina amamu opani you did the president Ghana for why I bia ni ha Ensio bia ni ho bi ni fie wa park machines high tension ascender Otio Kufuado bla no.
So this is what they did to Ghanaians. So Ghana for this is what they did to Ghanaians. Ghana for no more illegal small scale mining. Almost fidie. In fact, Oman Shin fidie ni keke. For MPP penny for kesia kuku dampa, somebody like Joe Oseiwusu. They call him Joe Wise, but I don't see why they must call him Wise. First Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Onumpo die, Jina Parliament say, Wama order. Ukoto se obi yes small scale mining na. Enko bisa na say wo license and now need license. Ukoto so yes small scale mining or say bonitu na kuno. Shoot and kill. Make akayo the MPP for aye ni kurum ha. Under the pretense of fighting Galamsey. And you can see the story on the screen. Producer, you can do picture on picture for this one. Hot audio, MP orders shoot to kill on Galamsey. Yes. The story reads, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and the story is dated 1st February 2018. It was the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joe Oseiwusu, has proposed a ruthless shoot to kill strategy as an antidote to the ending the Galamsey menace. This is it. And Ampampa abane starte yebana we mining na ni abotu ni eku. They killed many people in Sehi. They killed somebody. Producer, give me the Sehi story. They killed. Nipa no onye Galamsey or yes small scale mining or on a license. And so you see a bane obi anye bi obi anko tenefie. Na Ghana ni this year ye ni nasem ye mbisa na say our license na ya boni tuo ni ekuno after say ya share more excavators. So this story, give me the there's a story. Seshi miner allegedly shot dead by anti-Galamsey task force 10th August 2017. We hear the story and let's hear bro for the way it goes. So say another miner meaning say you kumbi dada. Another miner has allegedly been shot dead by members of government's anti-Galamsey task force known as Operation Vanguard at Semshi, Ankara in Gaboso district. So they killed people. They burned excavators. They started with a ban and prevented even legal small-scale miners from doing their legitimate business. Almost also show including infidia, legal small-scale miners. Almost also kubnipa. How wicked can you be that you will do all these things and turn around? Number one, kasa DCs, NPP4, MCs, regional ministers engage in Galamsey. You think you can go scot-free? And then America, the former local government minister, Honorable Hejia Alima, at a public function, MPP, MMDC's war, and Okase, Okita reports, MPP, MMDC's, Galamsey's. Producer, let's see it. There is a moment of truth. Everything I say, I give you evidence. I'm not making up anything. So, producer, give me that story. The MMDCs, yes. This one is different. Stop killing civilians, minus to Operation Vanguard. We know this one. Give us the one about the MMDCs so that everybody will know, say, we are not making anything up. So, yes, therefore, you can see it on the screen. Ministry to name and sack MMDCs engage in Galamsey. Now, what kind of story now? The body of the story now. The Minister for Local Government, you can Google the story. A minister said they are in possession of a national security document. MPP ministers are doing Galamsey. Aside this, Mokai Charles Bisu, MPP ni former regional secretary in the Western region for the MPP. Ononana, the anti-Galamsey task force, or you're almost secretary, Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining. Producer, come back to the studio. Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining. Charles Bisu. Omo ayetu omo kasa omo nkokuntia Galamsey no. Omo mom turned around to take bribes from Chinese and illegal miners to do Galamsey. And Anas Arimiyaw Anas Yenrifemua Oche, this secretary of the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining, said order bribes from China for Ghana need your money, ya kumno, ya shine fidie, ya baneno, but China need ye, then people paying for Jin Husika. And I mean, I can say, Charles Bisu, Akufo-Addo neba umi anyane. He was a presidential staffer. He was cleared. And apart from the fact that he was cleared, and they also a parliamentary candidate for the MPP. And this is, producer, I want the Charles Bisu story. Okay. Let me just scroll and see if I can get you that story. Well, producer, if we can get the Charles Bisu story, the Tiger IPI story on Charles Bisu. If you they caught him taking the bribes. We need that. Apart from Charles Bisu, we see former MPP Central Regional Vice Chairman in the Central Region. Ono na tax force or Mukutia Galamsey no auctioneer. And you see excavators ono na ton excavators no. And Mobekaya. This guy was caught on tape having a meeting with Professor Frimpong Boateng. Omo confess excavators or mojiji free Ghana for some were illegal miners, some were legal small scale miners. Yaji omo excavators. Ekwo we say minister ona oka say party yesika inti memfa majombodu memma gizo mu mfidie ni bi no mfa nkoye Galamsey. Charles Bisu has said, this is it. Charles Bisu took bribe in 2019 to allow Galamsey activity. Tiger IPI insists. Tiger IPI now said, he is the one who Akufo-Addo say, obey you to the principle of corruption. Say, I will use the ANAS principle to fight against corruption. He was not sacked. He was cleared and shielded by the president. And then there was no MP. Ekwawusi dia no so wo ho. And for Ekwawusi podie, not Samijemfi na eka. Minister for Environment, Professor Frimpong Boateng nankasa ekoye police case. Say MPP titrenia be de chiro wo mfimfiri mantem. Ena give me the quote. Yeah, keep it on the screen. Or no, ena ton 500 excavators. It was the MPP vice chairman arrested over 500 missing excavators. The police have arrested the suspended vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party over some missing excavators used for illegal mining, popularly known as GALAMSEY. This story was 4 February 2020. Near Betuaba, Omoche na no muja no foolish case. Because the fidie no, Ekwawusi so the my party impending for. Because party nyesika. Enti omo akunkum nipa ashibi mfidie. Mfidie no man hye ni bi so omo se dem no mo party for so mo nkoye GALAMSEY because omo hia sika. Mo nko na mo hia sika MPP for. Why are you so wicked and evil? Why? Abusia, so one test asem video. This is a conversation between Ekwawusi and Professor Frimpong Boateng, producer. Give us that video, the party here sika video. Now what's in common? MPP vice chairman and Frimpong Boateng AD, Minister for Environment, our GALAMSEY kuna no. Na excavators yomode ye wa TV.
So bio me ba when many domwedu any aba with regards to Yenya emphasis can come apart.
Yes.
Wo prof and a woman authorization. Some informal team na message have no money say man.
Yes.
Wa prof na osan ka chem say eya team na message no. Me fa gizo na fa nka ho. Yes, sir.
But do you tell me why is that team maybe?
Oh, prof.
We talk about the framework. In fact, you know say party this and it's okay. Let's vote to me now. You vote to the concession. Say vote to me or concession. So you go there, inspect the place. Let's form a team. But the guy, one can't tell say, what we are going for you. I don't know. We talk about the framework.
One casa crown, I will see more quarter. Abraham Becker said, area ho baby, gives a mobile suggestions, area mobile baby. A home way, may inquire. One casa crown, I'll see much so much as.
No, we are talking. No, don't go to the right now.
I was out for what Shammy only Master because I was soon. What's be? MPP Central Regional Vice Chairman. And then I yet GALAMSEY atunto amanfo mfidi anyes ke so okwa kopempio keep Kusunov. And me maka and then me can join news. Me can be Ekwawusi say jailbird. There is no way you will walk free into to abaman wa wash you vote. There is no way because Minister for Environment or no one a case my police say Ekwawusi na wi excavators no. Enya Samijemfi. The minister. And the reason why I went to me and 2001 more is because Ekwawusi threat you almost say, oh yeah, maybe other he was telling the minister, say, why now catch me say, party here sika, it means for Fideni be ma Gizu, mean for be ma John Boadu. John Boadu was their general secretary. What say wound to me MPP Asante Mantem Titreni chairman for the MPP. The Okasa Basa GALAMSEY na henenono. The king of GALAMSEY wound to me. So on the concession, 9 people for did you need sir. Na sesa na wo pesa wo ye dia. And why did you tell us that you were putting your presence on the line? And then I will be banning small scale mining, including legal small scale mining. And then I be share amount for excavators. And then I be kumkum nipa. What may be craft from when you are here? And you turn around to do this with your party people? Today, look at our water bodies. Look, this story on the screen. Frimpong Boateng indicts MPP officials. Others in bombshell GALAMSEY report. May I show you what we okay? This was a 33-page report. Frimpong Boateng, they come out president. In the report, about ministers din, presidential staffers din, MPP Mrashebejafo, DC is din. So mo ye GALAMSEY say you should acquire. Ade. yɛsɛ bomu chichie efinsu ase be catch us or denche me wa yeni na chinye enye sa meje mfi na eka minister professor mua a wo hwe akoma frempo oboaten na numu asem nti ono so ye NDC ni ana ono ane report on the common mampanyi and on mampanyi no ntimi nya ho hwe because Galamsey no no ankasa no sika no ye bre ni bi ba wo mia ye bre ni bi e no mo de campaign. So when I tell you say who say Ghana yensu asese now cry ye wo without any ehwene and fan share the ordinary man in Takwa or Boase or no penny bibi dio no penny for na omo aye to abama omo na NPP for na, and this is the evidence. And producer, I want to read that story about the babies. So if you have it ready, let me read it before I wrap up on this topic, because it's so sad. People must know say children are now dying. And these people, don't they have a conscience? Sika bebreba mwenye NPP for DMBM na moyere. DMBM anti mumu sika kakra mu bedinti no. Ye nyina yenwu. Don't you care even about the children? Don't you care? So, producer, thank you very much. Let's go back. Let's start from the headline. Okay? Let's start from the headline. Galamsey, GMA is Ghana Medical Association in full. Backs a woman midwife over babies without eyes and nose. My interest story. There is a midwife in the Western region. Our J Awo. And or transing who say and cry or J or my wo area winano. Omobeba wuni omeba wuni hwene. Now when we say the problem is from Galamsey. Or can a man for you midwife no only the oka. And the Ghana Medical Association for ankasa so koyo mu hwemu. So this is a story. The Ghana Medical Association has backed claims by staff of the Sewum Health Center in the Western North region that chemicals used for illegal mining are causing the birth of defective babies in the area since expectant mothers drink from polluted water. According to the health center, pregnant women in the community are continuously losing their newborn babies because the women drink water contaminated with chemicals used by the illegal miners. A midwife in charge of the Sehum Health Center, Giftia Joajano, disclosed that the facility has been recording cases of newborn babies without nose, eyes, ears, and mouth. Babies without mouth. And in fact, there is another scientist with evidence that say fetus deformed because they are drinking this water. These are the people they are putting their presidency on the line.
Watch your favorite TV show in your palm. TV on the go. Load up.
Saya Obenya Shasha Padiaba, Fansamo, Asia, Yeura, John, Dramani, Mahama. Slemu Seja Tan Andrew Hano, Anonymous Damase, Damase, Esieni Kaja, Eni Aseta, Sony Nipamaya, the Wayali, when you know what, you know what, the Atlasia channel, or seen a list of the day. Young far after that,
Habib Idrisu, and you know him, he's the first deputy majority whip. And in the studio with me is Ahmed Ibrahim. He's the first deputy minority whip. I'm grateful, gentlemen, for your time. And Habib, let me start with you. So you asked the speaker, you got more than 15%, I believe, by the time that you were signing to get the House recalled for this emergency sitting. Was it worth it?
Thank you, Evans, and good evening to your viewers. I think it's worth it. A lot has been achieved. No matter how little it is, because within the 48 hours, we've been able to do a lot and achieve a lot. When we send we trigger the Constitution in Article 112 and our standing orders, Order 53.2, Order 53.3, to reconvene Parliament. We had made and stated 4.
Na NDC Hodo, Ghana Hodo, JM Hodonti, Munya Abotra Train, Yamishra Munina. Na Yenim Emria Yewomu, Aka Baye Bosomu Miansa, Na Ghana Yabetwaba, Na Abatu Bia Yabeto, Ewan and Susanso, Sautunu Yia. Ede ahomje, ede ahoto, ede ahomkeka, ene bibiaba. Na so wan to ni ye so a, ede ahochere, ede eka, ena enyomaboni nyina edi echi. 2016 na NDC na waban mu. Me ena na me ye mampenye. Me nka se na bibia ayeye wo Ghana ebi se wokọ abrochia amanmu po a ye ka se bibia ayeye enso sabre no na nyame adom nte na ye hotoe na se wo de sabre no na wo de enne eye mfato ho a na che se emre na NDC wo ho no na ye wasomdwe na ye wa hoto ena yenuanom almost say NDC for your transfer na yenima mambo enti Ghana for nto aba ma omo na omo ba omo wa brante bia omo de na ba obe hye sika sem na ye fefefe na Ghana ye nyina ye ho aton ye say abra na NDC wo ho JM wo ho enoma bo ayeden Samre no na dok no eye 1 cedi. Si yentibi nto ne bo ayeden. Petrol na gallon eye 14 cedis. Yesi ne bo ayeden yentibi nto. Samre no fertilizer na ne bo da form. Yesi yentibi nto. Yesi cement yeto no 25 cedis na ne bo ayeden. Enti yesi yento abama omo. No mo ba Ghana be ye ama ye nyina ye ho aton omo kansem ne de uche wasuma na ye ode one village one factory yet isika so ekom de yen esika no wo ho ezu Ghana sika no wo ho eni say yakobo bosia bia sika no ho yebetimi di ya sika ayo man no ebi say ena moto abama mia me ba one district one factory me de baba one village one dam
Anopebia, Abofrebia, Bedi Koshiaba, $1 million per constituency per year. Sanyo Momukaina, and I assume the day, and they say, okay, and yeah, Abatwa, Yabetono, Yama, NDC phone call Transakakra, Senabeya, Wemoba, Omobabi says your mind. And fear a watching and Abano. No more baby, no Mayano. Bibia and Becahubium. And Tiwa, what's a wa? Odin say, Bibi, Papa be Beba, a son, no Maya, no Mayano. And fear what you drew. Na and ne, it make a chase say, Ya setina and ne, a ye chain, abra, na and this war. Na saasem no woka kire aboframpo a eyade a obeji atum ye na ne eche ha ena nya beka kire cement 25 cedis enne ye papa mu emabunu se woka se wakoje asase o besi dan a cement na 25 cedis NDC abreso jomama abreso obeto no 100 and something cedis. Bottle back.
Initially, your colleague, Muntaka Mubarak, had suggested it was 90 million. Yesterday he conceded when he saw the facts that, yeah, he was wrong. He's okay with the 10 million. And notwithstanding that, I had some of your colleagues who raise issues with it. But today you've come around to approve it. What changed?
Evans, let me say a very good evening to our cherished viewers, and also to thank you for the opportunity in getting these items on your table to be able to explain to Ghanaians what happened in Parliament, and to welcome my good brother, because during the recess I haven't seen you.
I've been conversing for more.
I know you are working, destabilizing us. But we refuse to be destabilized. We are coming back. But Evans, you've asked a very sensitive question. You see, one fundamental aspect of democracy is openness and accountability. If you are not open to the people, they may not be able to understand your vision and appreciate the direction you want to lead them to. So freedom of information is part of the preconditions of democracy. The document which government brought today and which informed and brought the various breakdown of the 250 million was not given to the committee when they were discussing or considering the 250 million facility. Secondly, the ranking member of the committee, Honorable Adekadongo, made it clear today that why is it that when you brought the facility, the agreement for consideration, you failed to bring this document alongside. Meanwhile, the chairman of the committee said it was part of it, but they failed to bring it as part of the consideration. And that is what landed them to where they landed. Secondly, the Speaker of Parliament has helped the ruling government a lot, and my brother will testify to that. On the very day, you know, the majority side just changed leadership. They didn't have enough space to reconcile their back, and we were about ending the meeting. It comes with a whole lot of crisis in governance. So the speaker sitting at where he sat, because we also went through the same problem. The speaker sitting at where he was sitting, even though you are the majority, but on that fateful day, you were the minority.
I talk about today.
Even today.
Yeah.
And on that fateful day itself.
Yes, and before the recess.
So any reasonable or rational speaker will not side with you on so many things, because he will be trying to canvass the minority, which have outnumbered you in terms of numbers, to buy into your decision. The state must run.
So, but what changed today, though?
Yes, so that's I'm coming to where my brothers were trying to accuse the speaker of not doing their bidding. And he knows very well that I've been in the decision. When the speaker was saying, honorable colleagues, I think the best thing to do now is to adjourn the House. And they said, Mr. Speaker, we are calling for division. He said, colleagues, honorable members, the best thing to do for me now.
He was sending the signal to them.
He was sending a signal to them.
If you do a division, you lose.
It was the right thing to do. If you are minority, you call for division. If I count 100 times, you'll be minority. And it will anger the people the more. And therefore, getting it to be reversed and finding a way of making sure the government is able to find it will be difficult for you. So the speaker is always trying to bring the two sides together. And it was on that note, sitting at where I sit, that's how I understood the speaker. So I called, honorable, we whispered to each other. I said, what the speaker is saying, listening to what the speaker is saying. And truly, today the speaker was able to, it wasn't that we only went for even this rescission of this rescission motion. Our colleagues, not all of them agreed with it. But Speaker Bagbo is somebody everybody respects. When he said, no, where we are now, the nation needs the money. You rejected it because you were not getting information. Now, the most important information that will help you to do the scrutiny, they've brought it.
Your main concern, at least through Muntaka Mubarak's articulation, was the 90 million.
90 million. They added the 90 million.
Now he says it's
part of the 90 million.
So you're happy that we're going to use 10 million?
Yes, part of the
250 million for consultancy.
10 million of the 90 million is for consultancy. Part of it is 100 million. 90 is for meters. You are going to use it to buy meters. 10 million, only 10 million is for consultancy.
Only $10 million?
No,
$10 million, it can be only.
Yeah, Evans, I will come there. Only 10 and not 90. That is what I mean. 90 and not 100. 90 is for consultancy. It's for meters. And therefore, they didn't segregate it that we are going to use 90 million for buying meters, and we are going to use 80 million for buying meters, and 10 million for consultancy. It was written consultancy. 90 million is there. The meters was not specified. And beyond the meters, the 250 million, there's a term sheet where the various cost breakdown. 10 million for consultancy, 80 million for procurement of meters, this and this.
So now you have the breakdown.
So when we rejected it, they brought the sheet.
So that was convinced you.
So when they brought it, and they said we should go for rescission, then the speaker said, it's better you lay, once you have brought the term sheet, let me refer it back to the finance committee.
That's what happened yesterday.
So that they will go and ask the necessary questions. When they ask the necessary questions, then they come back with a report on the floor that we are now convinced. So that they are going to do the oversighting. And the people that you are giving them, or the word of mouth that you are giving them, is not what they are going to do. They are going to use the term sheet. You said you were going to use 10 million for consultancy. Have you used 10 million? Or you have used less or more? You said you are going to use 80 million of the 250 million for the procurement of meters. How many meters and at what cost? These are the questions they went to ask today. And they were well convinced, and they came back and we passed it. Okay, that is what informed the motion for rescission. And in fact, they must be applauding the speaker for doing that, for giving them the opportunity to do what they have done. Other than that, that would have been the end of it.
Another item, and you've been here on this subject before, the tax waivers. Why are you still opposed to it? They have whittled it down. I remember the day you came, you gave me, I saw the documents. It was way in excess of $400 million. The president actually called you to Jubilee, met you, explained to you why this is needed. And still, even an emergency sitting didn't convince you to support them.
Three items were on the other paper.
Yes.
On the recall sheet.
Yes.
They said we should go and borrow 250 million for financial sector stability, and go and borrow another 250 million for energy sector recovery. But we should dash 460 something million. Dollars, all in dollars. Then the 460 something million had been whittled down to about $350 million. Evans, in times of crisis, you don't have money, and you have 350 million. Will you dash the 350 million while you are going to borrow 500 million? Will you do that? It doesn't make sense. And where we are now, even by our culture, when you own somebody, assuming I'm going to borrow money from Abib, and I have somebody, Abib has somebody to give me. So, oh, I know now you are in crisis. Therefore, whatever you were supposed to dash to me, no, I leave it. I'm going to even find a way of getting it for you. So those companies, B5 is a very powerful company. The whole of West Africa, they produce iron rods. Yeah. Still. The steel company. Exactly. It's the biggest in the country. I don't see any company in Ghana that has the capacity of B5. B5 was there in Rollins's time, Kufuor's time, Atamil's time, Mohammed's time, and it is there in Kufuor. It is not a company that is just now coming, then you say it's 1D, 1F. So clearly, B5 understands that where we are now, even people, pensioners, who save their money, they work for 30 years and save their money, have been given haircuts. And some of them are dead by now. Some cannot even buy their own medication. So if you are well-to-do, you have the capacity, now you should empathize with government and should not just be going for those kind of things. Beyond that, about 42 companies, 42. Sinto Oil, have you seen the price of oil on the world market at this time? Yeah. Oil, gold, cocoa, commodity prices are now on the rise, isn't it? So it is not that we are in recession, whereby you will say that we are all incurring losses and therefore we are. So companies, those well-to-do companies, should now be empathizing with government. And where government is funding?
And Century is getting
$164 million. So it doesn't make sense. And my brother is aware. I may be in opposition, I am in opposition, to be precise. I know where government is standing is not good. We are now telling government that, look, we are giving constructive criticism. Where we are now, we side with you.
The majority accuses you of destroying businesses.
Let me tell this is not most of these tax waivers is quite a minority person. Look, people who understand and know better, including the World Bank, are not in support of these tax waivers at this time. And Evans, we all did basic economics. It's only when you are coming to establish. Sometimes you are giving a tax holidays for 2 years, isn't it? Sometimes for 1 year, just for you to be established. But we don't go, it should not be like government minister for trade business is just going about. When you see multimedia, I'm doing 1D, 1F. Can I bring Mansambo here? Then I say 1D, 1F, I give you tax waivers, then I include you in the tax waivers.
Let me ask him,
you see, then you go on the tax then you go to B5. B5, I want to bring Mansambo here.
Is dead.
You think Minister for Trade Business will just erection of signboard and bring in tax waivers?
You see, I follow your question to my colleague Ahmed, and I see that he is struggling seriously to be able to understand the fact that are they now satisfied with the $10 million for consultancy? Is that the reason why they have approved the IDA $250 million? If you look at his response, and even if you follow proceedings in Parliament, you will see that our colleagues in the minority, NDC, are deliberately and necessarily frustrating government business in Parliament. Why do I say so? I say so on the basis of the fact that the report that came from the Finance Committee on that day before Muntaka raised his issue was a consensus report. The minority members... No, I'm coming. You see, I'm coming. What I'm trying to say is that they have a large number, or they have equal numbers in the committee of Finance Committee in Parliament. We deliberated the issue. We look at the substance of the loan and what actually composed of the loan in this sector, and then we all agree that we should be able to approve it. And in any case, if you follow parliamentary proceedings, the IDA loan are always concessionary loans that normally we don't object to. But when it gets to the floor, then Honorable Muntaka, who is not a member of the Finance Committee, raised issue to say that how can 90 million be used for consultancy? What has happened and have been proven means that he was wrong. That's why I said that it was a deliberate attempt to frustrate. No, it was so are they telling us that The Adongos, they are talking about their economic gurus, they are talking about John Junapos and the rest of them. Is it that they didn't do due diligence in the committee? Is that the case?
The majority leader actually, in moving the motion for rescission, actually said they brought additional documentation.
No, the additional documentation here.
Patrick Boama now goes through the breakdown. I watched.
Like I said, when we were considering this issue, the breakdown was there. What Ahmed was saying has to do with the fact that ECG is using about 65 million in terms of buying the prepaid meters. Netco is also using some 10 million in buying prepaid meters, and then only 10 million is going for consultancy. So what I am
only 10 million.
No, what I'm trying to say is that I use the word only when they had already let the whole public know that it was a 90 million, which was never the case. So he is drifting from the fact that they are deliberately trying to frustrate government business. For the fact that
the same with the tax waivers, because
the tax waivers system, we consider them. I was part of the meeting, and you will see that the initial amounts that were going to be given away in terms of tax holidays, I had a concern with some of them and what was given out. But when federal and better particulars, no, it was concerns. But when we had the meeting and then explanations on the waivers was given, we all understand. When you look at the international market now, even just look at West Africa, businesses and people trying to move to different countries depend upon what is given to the business person. If I am in Ghana, and then I am not getting some concessions, some opportunities to be able to run my business, and I know that I can get it in Morocco. We have one of the biggest free zones in terms of West Africa. I'll move there.
But why are you giving it to Central? They've already established an oil refinery company, 160 plus.
So are you saying that if Joy FM, that has already existed for so long, that you need to expand, you need to do some parts or do other things in terms of expansion, and then there is an incentive from the government that you can take advantage, that will help you to be able to move forward, you will not take advantage of that? Is that a crime? No, let me make the case. We should not always have in mind that whatever they are giving is money being given away as if government doesn't care. Government do care. And government
is it 1D1F?
No, what I'm saying is that
I'm just clarifying. This is a clarity.
Part of them.
They can be.
No, part of it can be.
But because this came under the umbrella of one district, one factory.
But what he failed to realize is that when we were even considering the companies under 1D1F, we never considered Central. We didn't.
Yeah, but so how come we give it?
We didn't even consider.
So when was Central added to the list?
I was part of the list.
So they were not part of the initial list.
We invited them. The finance committee had a meeting at Alisa Hotel. We invited all the companies so that we'll be able to have interactions with them to understand and get justification on the need for this basis. We didn't even invite them to have this discussion.
So how come they got on the list?
You see, what I am trying to tell my
I'm interested in that. How come they got on the list?
Ask him whether he has seen it on the order.
I have seen it. I've seen it.
No, but have you seen it? Because we had prepared motions on the company.
I've seen previously.
Previously.
No, but
listen, we had mentioned companies to consider.
Well, I'm still interested. How did Central get on the list then?
Listen, the names on those who were to come for the exemption, their names were there. Now,
Central wasn't part of that.
No, it was part of the provisional list. Now we decided we decided to engage company by company. We spent about 4 days at Alisa Hotel to be able to appreciate and understand all this thing. We invited the sector ministry, we invited the official from the Ministry of Finance and the companies. But when we look at it, some of them, it was reduced. That's why you could see that the money had come down drastically. When you were posing the question to my colleagues here that now the money is down. So what I'm simply trying to put across is the fact that we are in a competitive market.
Yeah,
we are in a competitive environment.
But
and for that matter, you shouldn't. I don't want
it's important to clarify, right? Because I'm raising it because they have the biggest share of the waivers, $160+ million. Were they part of the initial list you considered?
Yes.
They were part of the initial list. So all three have been part?
Yes.
Okay. So that for me offers clarity, because you seem to have suggested that they were not part of the initial list. And I wanted to clarify
was still making the point that even though we
But my fundamental question to you, do you now admit that the tax waivers is dead?
No, it's not dead.
It's not
In
dead.
fact,
you so push it.
You see, when he was mentioning,
he's been in Parliament since 2021.
So there was a problem, and then the problem was that the chairman of the Finance Committee, by our standing orders, is mandated to call meeting to look at.
And he was opposed to it.
And he was opposed to it, and he never. And it is not about him.
And
it's
still, he's no longer there. But still,
it's not about Kweku Kwatan. It's government business.
Yeah, he said it publicly. He told me.
So it's not about Kweku Kwatan. It's government business. And I'm saying that at that time it was still in the burner. You get it. But after we did reconstitution of our committees, then there was a new chairman of the committee who think otherwise and was able to convey a meeting to first of all look at it. When we were talking about it, the committee have never been able to have a meeting to look at it. This was the first time we had a look at it, and then
since 2021.
No, I'm coming, Ahmed. And then when we did, then the committee, the minority participated in trying.
So you mean after this emergency sitting, you still want to push it?
No, we will push it.
You still push
when we resume, maybe somewhere in October or so, we'll be able to have a look at it, because the speaker was saying that members are distressed, members want to go back to their various constituencies, and for that matter, we were also gauging the mood of the House. So when my colleague said that, when the speaker said that, honorable members, he knows because where he sits, and he is very experienced as a parliamentarian before becoming a speaker. So it is still in the burner. We are going to push it. We think it is right. We think that they deserve that. We think that the business committee need it. We think that it's going to help the country, and we'll still push it. When we come back, we'll pass all of them.
Well, Ahmed, that's your word.
Evans, let me tell you, some of the majority members are patriotic Ghanaians, and therefore they think the same way Kweku Kwatan thinks.
And some of the minority also believe
you have 138.
And you have
recalled Parliament. You have recalled Parliament because of tax waivers. We have come.
No, Ahmed.
You have 138.
No, not because of that.
It's one of the items.
Not because of that.
Yes. Yeah, as at yesterday, when we started yesterday in the morning, we were 78, they were 55. I asked myself, you've recalled us to come for an emergency meeting to consider 3 or 4 items. We, the minority MPs, are 78. The majority MPs are 55. But you know the reason? Where are
you getting this number from? Where are you getting this number from?
Abib, were you not counting?
That's why you count. They also counted.
I'm telling you, that's the work.
Are you quoting from the voting?
That's the work me and you do.
The official document to confirm numbers who were present yesterday.
Abib, what did we do yesterday?
Ahmed, yesterday we were able to achieve a lot.
Yesterday, what did we do?
Should I tell you yesterday what we did?
Land of people that made decision.
It matters because you see, yesterday.
What decision did we take?
Yesterday, they got the document that loan referred to the finance committee.
And apart from that, yesterday, the Public-Private Partnership Regulation 2024 was late. The Cyber Security Regulation 2024 was late. The Cyber Security Terms and Conditions Regulation 2024 was
decision.
I'm saying that.
Did you take any decision yesterday?
Yes, the decision that rejecting the 250 loan and on the back that 90 million was going to consultancy was now rescind, and then
that decision was taken today.
That decision
was taken today. And
the speaker by saying that finance committee should go back and look at the whole thing.
But back because there are two issues I want to tackle.
Seriously speaking, most of them are not in agreement with the tax.
And most of you are in support of it. Some of your colleagues
you have majority.
They are in support.
We can't bring it. You have 55. Minority is one, and because of that, you were afraid of taking decision.
Us to put this into secret voting, and you will see the number of minority who vote.
The constitution, we have the constitution seriously stipulate voting in the House.
I understand.
I cannot say that, but clearly, Abi, if your side,
Ahmed, are you against all of it?
Or the
are you against all the 42? Abib, you are saying that.
Ahmed, are you against all your other people?
So allow him.
Ahmed will be part of those who vote for some of this.
Allow him to address it.
You asked a simple question. How did Sinto get to the tax with it? According to Sinto, he was just there. Somebody said he could help me to get tax with it. So not that he came to apply for.
Because he seemed to suggest we're not part of the list.
This was one thing that he annoyed most of the MPs. How is it that I can help you to get $160 million?
But is that what really happened, though?
Middlemen, a lot of middlemen are in between these tax waivers. Okay. And that's what annoyed most.
Will you support it when Parliament resumes?
No. Even where we are now. Even MPs are being called by GRA to come and even top up their taxes before they are given tax clearance certificate. That's where we are. So clearly, Abib, where we are, we side with you that the economy is in crisis. Everything is on the reverse, according to the report.
The economy, there is no way to recovery. The economy is in the right path. The macroeconomic indicators are showing signs of recovery.
There are two big ticket items I also want to deal with. Ahmed, you were on the floor yesterday talking about, you mentioned water. You were very livid, on top of your voice, screaming at the government's attempt to merge VRA with BUI. Well, what was the issue? What were you so passionate about that? Even the speaker was worried for your health.
Evans, read the second.
I will do so, which is the Ghana Hydro Authority bill.
Exactly.
Which says that the consolidation of the water, I mentioned at the beginning, of the Water River Authority and the BUI Power Authority and establishment of a state-owned hydropower generation company are intended to improve operational efficiencies, attract private sector financing into the operation of state power plants, minimize the financial support of government, and minimize the cost of power generation and ultimately the cost of power supply to Ghana consumers.
Yes, attract what?
You want me to emphasize that point? Attract private sector financing into operations of state-owned power plants.
I deliberately printed it.
What's the point?
Because you want to play your mischief.
What am I missing? What am I missing? What's wrong with attracting private sector players
which is not the case?
Power generation?
You see, BUI Power Authority. We use Cocoa to go for loan, to come and do BUI Power Authority. Kwame Nkrumah did Akusumo. Chairman Rawlings did PON. We have the three operating independently. BUI Power Authority is operating very efficiently. Akusumo has been operating very efficiently. Even the best on the continent, I can say so. BUI Power now is even operating a hybrid system, the best in the West African sub-region. So when you are talking of efficiency, administrative efficiency is done by decentralization, not reconcentration. You know it. Bureaucracy, excessive bureaucracy, does not bring efficiency. Even so you know.
These are two.
But clearly, government intention is to consolidate the thermal plants and attract private sector by selling them.
And Cabinet has approved that.
Yes, but Cabinet has approved, but Parliament will not approve of government to go and sell our thermal plants.
Well, but yesterday, just for clarity, you were on the call.
Yes.
You were on the call. I mean, it was public. So, and the Japan Minister clarified that part of it is to list on the stock exchange and get Ghanaians to buy into it.
When we are talking about state capture, you think that we are talking about foreign capture. It's not foreigners who capture. It's Ghana part.
Yeah, but what's wrong with Ghanaians buying a part?
Some families in Ghana who will capture the state that we are talking of, who have been capturing us. So even where we are now is a critical issue. But on a very serious note, if you look at the taxes, the emergency reform, if you look at the emergency reform, this is the business statement that was given to us. On the business statement, these bills were not part of the emergency reform.
That did include the bill that I read.
The business statement, which me and my brother went, these things were not even contemplated and they were not part of the agenda. Then we came to the floor. Then my members came to me that Dr. Masemtvgh Prempe had come there in the morning and was lobbying them that they are bringing
the Ghana Hydro
to merge BUI and this thing, and was lobbying them. So they came to them and said, oh, it's not true. It's not on the business statement.
You mean
it's not part
who did?
It's not Masemtvgh Prempe, your running mate.
No, our incoming vice president.
Your running mate. Your running mate. He has not even been vice president. He's talking he's thinking of when he's going to catch up.
But Ahmed, it came to lobby and so, but what's wrong with that?
So it's not true. Before I realized they went to bring other people addendum.
By then, they had not even brought even anything of it to not knowing they've brought it via WhatsApp to the speaker. I went to
what is
I will send you the WhatsApp, then you go.
No,
I took the WhatsApp and printed this.
There are about 4 regulations. So which one? Is it? I don't get it.
And what are they?
Cross-purpose.
Even what are they? They have the Ghana Thermal Plant Authority Bill 2024, Ghana Hydro Authority Bill 2024, Ghana Power Distribution Bill 2024. So they will merge NETCO and ECG. So the PDS has backfired. So they are bringing it through the back door.
So which one is your problem?
Then Ghana Nuclear Power Corporation Bill and Ghana Energy Regulation, even
PURC and Energy Commission.
So these are A to E that they were bringing through the back door. Meanwhile, our rules are very clear. If you want to bring something of this nature, you must bring sufficient copies. And government knew very well that because of his intention to privatize them, if you bring those private copies, it will be accompanied by this explanation memorandum, which will circulate for energy players to be able to read, for the VRA people to be able to read, and we power people to be able to read. And they will go against it.
If you don't lay it,
yeah, it has not been laid.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I'm showing
so
you
the rules says that the matter
I'm not even interested in the procedure, but
because of manticular exercise. Today, Senior Staff Association of Akosombo, VRA, have issued a strict warning against the measure. Then we power to are also up in arms against it. Because they know clearly there are going to be job losses.
So there is everything wrong with government trying to stimulate the operation of this authority.
So your fundamental issues.
And Evans, we contemplated this. We saw it in newspapers that government was conceiving a similar thing of this. So my chiefs in my constituency wrote a letter to the Bui Power Authority CU that we've heard that your government is coming to take this action, merging Bui and Akosombo. Can you come and explain to us? We want to know. Because you came to take our land.
They demand an emergency meeting. This is dated 14 June.
Yes. Then the CEO wrote to them, to the chiefs, that if they were referring to news in the newspapers, a measure in the newspapers.
Samuel Jemesi.
Yes. A measure in the newspapers, he was not, so they should redirect their letter to the regional minister. Meanwhile, Ejapamesa was here yesterday telling you that they've done excessive consultation. Consulting who? Akosombo, VRA Senior Staff Association have issued a letter that you have not consulted them. We Power Authority, you've not consulted them. The chief, you've not consulted them.
So your problem is consultation.
And put that
is
one.
Your problem consultation.
Put that one aside.
Your problem is consultation.
Evans, merging Bui and Akosombo will deprive the energy sector and Ghanaians as a whole with a lot of things. 2, it will further create other bureaucracies because you are saying that you are bringing all the thermal plants, the Ameri, the Kumasi power that John Mama brought and you took it to Kumasi. Then the Abwazi plant, you are bringing all of them. You appoint a CEO. Are you not going to appoint new CEO? Are you not going to appoint new deputy CEOs?
Yeah, but one CEO instead of 2 CEOs.
One what?
One CEO instead of 2 CEOs. Now we has their own.
We had their own CEO. Yes. Akosombo had their own CEO. Yeah. But Abwazi doesn't have their own CEO. Abwazi is under Akosombo. Kumasi, Ameri don't have their own CEO.
Evans.
So you are going to create other positions that you claim that you are going to bring efficiency. But put that one aside.
Don't give me. I'll come.
Evans,
don't worry about it.
Do you also know that we export power to our neighboring countries?
Yes.
We sign bilateral agreements.
How does it affect it?
Exactly. But do you know that before you qualify to sign those bilateral agreements, you cannot only rely on hydro to sign those bilateral agreements. Are you aware? So if you combine Bui and Akosombo, it will deprive you of that bilateral engagement. But no country will sign bilateral memorandum with you. Because in terms of drought, you cannot provide power to them.
But I don't understand what you're saying. But you have the thermal authority there.
You don't have it.
But it will be created as part of the comprehensive restructuring.
Cost of power in Bui is higher than cost of power in Akosombo.
Yes, so?
So if you merge the two, how are you going to reconcile the prices?
But that is not complex to do at all.
Do you also know that in terms of crisis, when VRA is in crisis, they rely on NEDCO for bailout, just by the press of the button. Now, if you take NEDCO away from Akosombo, how can Akosombo stand on it alone?
Yeah, but why can't they stand on it alone? You are consolidating two agencies.
Government is trying to run these two organizations like the way they run La Palm Beach Hotel. La Palm Beach Hotel, I went there, some two roofing, this thing were ripped off. Then I asked one MPP man, why are you not putting this? Though government is considering of attracting private sector. I didn't know that they wanted to sell. If you want to sell, doesn't mean you should not renovate.
So
put that one aside. Finally,
I'll come to you. Don't worry about it. I said I'll come to you.
Finally, in my constituency, as I speak to you, we gave the land to Bui.
They have not been compensated.
No land compensation.
Yes, but how does the merger affect that process?
The chiefs just take their cloth and go to Bui.
But
and work.
If Bui hasn't paid it,
if you combine
the merger means necessarily will not change anything.
The merger means there will be no CEO in Bui.
Yeah, but you have one. But you have one. Yes, but you have one.
So you are creating bureaucracy. If my chief now wants to go and ask about his land compensation, he has to come.
How is that even an issue?
Evans,
in terms of where the authority is,
but you know the cost of transportation from Banda to Akosombo.
But you're saying that just a second. I'll come to you. The government's explanations for why this is needed in a country where we are moving towards consolidation and efficiency.
Who told you that?
Your party in your manifesto.
Who told you
it's talking about a leaner government. Let's look at the principle. A principle. Your government is talking about a leaner government in 2025 and beyond. You are consolidating all these bureaucracies.
Are you talking of linear CEOs?
Say it again?
Are you talking of linear CEOs?
You're talking about consolidation.
Are they not those who control
and reducing the bureaucracy and being efficient?
Why is government not talking of taking the development authorities back to the district assemblies? Why are they not talking of that? Okay. Why are you creating
let me hear from you.
But the one that will benefit Ghanaians, you are bringing that back.
But why hasn't there been consultation on this matter?
You see, there's this simple adage my grandfather used to tell me that when water stays too long in the mouth, it turns to saliva. That is why you could see that Ahmed is struggling so hard to explain it. Yes, he is the member of parliament for Banda. If the people are affected, it is by right to be able to explain this. But I don't know what morality that the NDC, including Ahmed, will be able to talk to us when we talk about Bui power or power generation and keeping our lights on in terms of efficiency. You ran down these companies when you were in power. You couldn't keep our lights on. There was doomsday everywhere. So when government is coming to streamline the operation of this company, telling one company that concentrate on hydro and tell the other company we are going to list you into the stock market.
We are going to sell you.
So we are going to list you into the stock market.
No, we are going to sell you.
So that people will be able to come and help.
Don't use English. We are going to sell.
No, not sell. No, it's listed in the stock market.
A shareholder is the owner. Shareholders are going to own.
Let me hear you.
Ahmed, I'm simply telling you that when you are talking about
we are going to sell.
Me, I sympathize and I agree with you when you are speaking for and on behalf of the people of Banda because you represent them.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that your government, the NDC government, including you, have no moral right to be able to advise the new patriotic party or the MPP government when we want to say that in the energy sector, these are the reforms that we are going to bring efficiency.
What problem are you fixing with this measure?
We brought all the plans we are going to sell. We brought the plans you want to keep our lights on.
It collapses.
Let me hear all the thermal plans for the energy generation that we want to take.
Ahmed,
that is what we have the moral.
It kept quiet.
You know we have moral.
I was quiet.
You know he kept very quiet, and I was telling him to keep quiet so that he can speak.
Let him allow him. Brother, you know
So you allow him to make his point.
The fact is that,
but you know,
you should agree.
You've made the point.
When you know that we brought the Kumasi.
No, but you've made the point. You've made the point.
And you brought Dumso.
We brought Dumso.
You brought people to charge your phone. I'm telling you, Ahmed. So what
kept quiet for you.
He doesn't know the genesis of Dumso.
The speaker had an admonition for you. He was worried about your health yesterday. So calm down. Calm down.
I don't want him to leave here and
make your point. Allow him to make his point.
He's a brother. I'm just giving you an
Yeah, we said it. Allow him to make his point.
In 2005, I was in Ghana. I was the special or an aide to the Deputy Northern Regional Minister, Amin Adam, who is now the Finance Minister. In 2005, I was around. What I'm trying to say is that what government seeks to do in terms of the Ghana hydrological bill, and then the other thermal bill, we try to come, that is the Ghana Hydro Authority bill, seek to let one of the company, that is VRE, to concentrate on hydro, because that is even the basis of its establishment. That's number one. Then we talk about the Ghana Power Distribution Authority. What government seeks to do is to be able to make sure that there is streamlining, there is efficiency for us to be able to handle these sectors. Your concern, when you look at all what he is talking about, he's listening to
ECG and NEPCO together.
If it will bring efficiency and make sure that they work properly, it is good. You mentioned the fact that in their manifesto they are talking about lean government. So it means that it's another lie, because their deputy whip is here advocating that it is not so. Because if it is so, why is he against this? If it is about the compensation and the fact that your chiefs have not been consulted, it's legitimate. It's a principle. So if the principle is to make this and let it happen, why
we are getting it wrong?
No, we are not getting it wrong.
Let him explain. It is not about menace necessarily. It's a principle.
It's a principle
that you are doing it because why are you reducing your cycle government?
When we suggested league government, I will not move from 126 minutes to 86.
Yeah, that is when you look at it swelling within the realm of ministers. But you also must apply to state agencies.
Let's concentrate on the substance of this. Don't go to
so let them address.
And whether we have 86 ministers
from 126.
No, I don't want us to deviate into ministers.
We transferred it by 40 minutes.
So fundamentally, because they couldn't keep our lights, they cannot keep our lights. And if NDC is back to power, they don't.
I need to wrap up.
If NDC get the opportunity, we'll be back to do so.
By the time that you end there, you put in place enough to
putting in place enough doesn't mean that you have ended it. If NDC get the opportunity,
and we lay the foundation. By the way, gentlemen, very finally, something happened today.
It's an indication that you don't understand.
Something happened today that was interesting. The airline that would have given you the right to drive in town with sirens, it has been relayed. Do you still have in there a clause that allows you to use the sirens? Because the public was opposed to that. I'm just curious. Well, what has changed in this LI? Let me hear from.
I think the LI, in terms of that regulation, to allow initially, just like we do, when an LI is coming or regulation is coming to Parliament, we know it, to be able to do further consultation and look at pre-laying. The initial one had members of Parliament, it had the Speaker of Parliament, it had the Chief Justice, it had the President and the Vice President. Then there was a public outcry. And like we said, members of Parliament, sometimes if we are not bold in taking decision and standing by our rights in terms of what comes to us, we will always be in this dilemma. Then there was that public outcry. We were forced to get the minister to withdraw it, and for us to be able to sanitize the whole document and bring it back to Parliament. The whole document was sanitized. Then it was laid already today. And when it was laid, another issue rise. The Member of Parliament for Tamale South drew the attention of the House to the fact that even the Speaker of Parliament, because we are talking about arms of government, where we have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, we are talking about the only the president will be allowed to use siren, not motorcade. Let's differentiate that.
Yeah.
The motorcade part, you can be able to use it as and when you want. It's about the siren. So the Speaker of Parliament was not captured. The Chief Justice was not captured. And then we raised serious concern. And I am of the opinion, strong opinion, that members of Parliament should be allowed to use the siren, with all due respect to the public. Because the point is that out of 30 million Ghanaians, we are only 275 members of Parliament privileged, and we have been elected, meaning we are representing the 30 people. And if you look at the Constitution of Ghana, how it has been framed, when we go to 2024 election, it's 2 people that have been elected, members of Parliament and the President. Now, if you come and look at the Constitution in Article 117, 116, 118, there are immunity to members of Parliament. Then where we are immune to being arrested, being safe, being summoned, and all those things. Now, there will be a serious problem. Assuming I am driving to Parliament and I have my siren on, and the police stopped me on the road and said that, oh, the regulations say that you cannot use the siren. But the Constitution also says that when I'm going to Parliament, you can't arrest me. Which one? So
for clarity, what has been relayed today, does it still give you the right to use it, or it's been taken out?
No, it has been taken out. Okay. So what has been laid today is only the President. Even the Speaker of Parliament is not supposed to enjoy that.
So Parliament cannot use.
Cannot.
What about the
Chief Justice? No.
Okay.
Even the Vice President, no.
Oh, I see.
Well, with the Colonel, he's just the President. So the Vice President, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, and members of Parliament and ministers of state have been taken out. Look at how close this Parliament is. Many a time, I had to get members of Parliament who are writing exams in Jimpa and others to rush them to Parliament. When we are about to vote, how are we going to do?
Ahmed, you support this, obviously.
Clearly,
this new ally.
But clearly, it is going to be a problematic law. Well, the Speaker has been given motorcade already.
Yeah, you can use the motorcade, but don't use the siren. I guess that's the point.
No, the motorcade uses siren.
Yeah, but the motorcade.
The Chief Justice has been given
can ride without the siren.
But coming to the MPs, you know, that's how democracy operates. The people, you bring a law, they will say we disagree. You have to take it. Then you consult, listen to them, and address concerns, then you come back.
Which is what you've done.
And it has happened several times.
So in 21 days, this becomes law?
Yeah, in 21 days. But today is just the first day. Okay. As to whether it will get the 21 days, because we'll come somewhere in October. And we have 92 days to elections. We are already in the whole of September, we are not coming. Then we'll come somewhere in October, maybe for 3 weeks. And as to whether for the 3 weeks plus today, 1 day, you'll get the 21 days.
Okay. Listen, enjoy
but
the rest
I think
of
when we get
to
test majority, we can be able to analyze.